filmmaker Saad Hindawi. And I can tell you, for me, it is an ongoing project because he started to shoot this film 10 years ago. And he continued to shoot it every year. It's about two young women. One of them was living in Paris and decided to come back to Egypt after being born to an Egyptian family based in France. And this is Dua. Aziza is the opposite. She was in Egypt and decides to leave Egypt and work in Paris. And the film tried to show their identity crisis, you know, and the changes happening to them, and how they try to accommodate themselves into living into another society. And I think that's why the film won the affection of the jury.
دي المدرسة اللي احنا واقفين عندها دلوقتي هي ديت مدرسة الإعدادية. هم دلوقتي بس ندخل هنقفل الباب. دي من أهم مدارس فرنسا حاليا، وطول عمرها كانت يعني فيها ناس كتير اكريفان وممثلين وعيال ممثلين.
طب هي بتوحشك المدرسة دي؟
بتوحشني. بص، المدرسة والمكتبة والشارع ده كله بيوحشني يعني كتير. وأنا هناك بفتكر زمان ما كنا بنيجي هنا وبنقف على الميدان الناحية التانية، وكنا نروح نجيب بونبوني من هنا، وكنا نقف نتجمع هنا وكل واحد يمشي في طريق كده. بس هي دي كلها بتوحشني. بص، الميدان اللي ورا دوت على طول اسمه بلاس دي غرانزوم. كان زمان عندنا مدرسة ابنها بقى مغني مشهور جدا هنا في باريس اسمه باتريك بويل، وهو غنى أغنية اسمها بلاس دي غرانزوم، يعني ميدان الناس الكبار يعني العظماء. وفي الأغنية ديت بيقول طب يلا تيجي نتقابل كمان 10 سنين نشوف حياتنا بقت عاملة ازاي كمان 10 سنين. فاحنا عملنا كده كل الفصل كل واحد اتفرق، وبعد 10 سنين جينا وتقابلنا هنا، وكل واحد اتغير وكل واحد حقق حلمه.
I think also the Devil's Lair was awarded. Do you recall which award it was awarded?
Yes, it won the second prize of the documentary competition, and it is a film about you know. A family man in South Africa, and how he cannot find proper work, and how he is, of course it's a documentary, so it is a real man, you know, and it shows how many men try to make a living in an honest way in South Africa, but sometimes they cannot find work, and some gangs try to recruit them and to push them to do illegal work.
Yes.
And the film presents the dilemma faced by this man, especially when he's married and he has a child, and he's not happy about what he's doing to support his family.
Yes. The last award, actually, it was a shared award between two films, النهر, the river, and بلد or بلاد العجائب. Why was it not?
I think the two documentaries won the same number of votes from the jury. We have 5 juries in this competition, and both films come from North Africa. The River is directed by Abdul Noor Zazah, and in this film he follows one of the rivers in Algeria through the villages and the people living around it, and how their lives are affected by the invasion of the modernity in their natural village. The other film, Emir's in Wonderland, it is directed by Ahmed Jalassi, and he went with his camera to Paris and to Cannes to shoot some of the young people from his own country, Tunisia, and how they try to find some work, and how they try to live in Paris, overcoming their entry in an illegal way. So it is a film about illegal immigration, you know, and it's a very important topic discussed by African filmmakers, especially living in across near the Mediterranean, where we see a lot of boats trying to go to Europe in an illegal way.
هذاك يعاود تصنيع حجر كبير يديروا قرابي، حجر كبير يديروا قرابي.
يبيعوا منا من هذا
يدي من هذا.
قال هذا الموارد وراه يبيع. لخاص ما عندهمش ولا الدولة ما توقفش عليهم.
وشي بلا شغل تجي تاع ارواح والفد ما يسقسي ما والو يجي يدي الحجر هذايا ويدي ذيك شو كيما
يصنع.
ايه يصنعوا قرافي تراب توفنا.
I think we covered most of the awards. The one that's left is that of They Are the Dogs for its musical achievement.
No, they are the dogs and shared a best or a special, a special mention with from the main leading actor, the veteran actor Hassan Badida, and the music composer of Durban Poison. And Durban Poison is another film from South Africa. His director Andrew Worsdale made the film more than 20 years ago, then stopped to become a film critic, and he couldn't find financing for Durban Poison until recent times. And the movie follows a couple and how they fall in love and become two criminals, you know, in the style of Bonnie and Clyde and the movie Natural Born Killers by Oliver Stone. And believe it or not, it is a true story, and the director was inspired by the case and the media that covered the crimes done by this couple. And also it was the first time we invited the director, Andrew was there, and the star Brendan Orret. Both of them you know, come from South Africa. It was their first time in Egypt and Luxor, and Brendan Orret is about to become an international star because he has recently finished a movie with Sigourney Weaver in the States, and also he was co-starring with Matt Damon last year in the movie, the science fiction film Elysium.
So what do you know their feedback when they came and visited Luxor? Because I know that you do take your visitors around the sightseeing and so on.
Yes, Andrew and Brandon were quite astonished by Luxor. Brandon also was quite happy because this is his first ever festival appearance. He only went to some red carpets for his film premieres, but never in a festival. So he did the best he can to take some time off from the film he's shooting right now to come with Andrew to Luxor, and they were quite happy. Also among the people who were quite happy about visiting Karnak especially is Flora Gomez, and I want to tell you that we enjoyed the talk during this visit, and he was amazed by the Pharaoh's monuments, and we discussed a lot about the beautiful architecture of the Karnak temple, and he was telling me, I think there are many secrets about ancient Egypt that needs to be discovered.
Yes. Well, moving to the short films, the film Rida shared its prize with, or the prize with عامل المعرض or العرض. I can't recall the name. Would you tell us more about these two films?
Yes, Rida is an independent film by an Egyptian filmmaker, Rami, and he's preparing right now a feature film. And Rida speaks about an independent artist as well, some of his basic experience in the Egyptian contemporary scene. Projectionist is directed by a Moroccan filmmaker based in Toronto right now. She Najat Jallab, and she studied in France and Toronto, moved permanently to Toronto, and she's planning another feature film, and she was one of the filmmakers who signed an agreement with Ittisal Market to cooperate with the festival in the future projects.
The Ugandan director Goodwin Utuama won the second prize.
Yes.
Would you tell me more about his film?
Yes, the director, by the way, I want to say that we invited this year two representatives, and I think it was for the first time from the Ministry of Culture in Uganda, in addition to representative from Senegal as well. And I think the director is trying, has shot his film across the Uganda capital, and he's trying to present a view of the current socio-political movements in his own country.
Yes. Finally, I'd like to ask you about this year's festival's achievement.
I think this edition we succeeded to show plenty of important films. We succeeded to get an important star like Danny Glover, an important filmmaker like Flora Gomez, and all the films made by African and non-African filmmakers revolving around Africa. We succeeded to create this film market to help future filmmakers and the discovery of new talents across Africa. We decided, we succeeded also to support tourism and to give a very positive image about Egypt across the regional and international media. Needless to say, we got many foreign channels covering the festival in addition to the Egyptian television channels. And also we succeeded to, in the third year in a row, to make the workshop for film students from Africa and Egypt. They are around 40 students, and Heidi Grema came and tutored the workshop for the second year in a row. All of these are quite positive achievements about a festival still in its third year.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sherif, for this interview. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, that was Mr. Sherif Awad, General Coordinator of the Luxor African Film Festival. And by ending his interview, we end today's episode of Zoom In.